Here's a short for you, Elizabeth Warren. If you filled the front lines with nothing but women, it's not us that you would have a problem with. It's the enemy. We need to be ready to fight the enemy. The enemy is not going to send their women up to fight our women. They're going to send men to fight our women. And you, with your all platitude, you know what he's talking about. He's talking about hand-to-hand combat. No female in the military should be forced to go hand-to-hand combat with people from across the world who would brutalize these women in ways you couldn't even imagine, take them hostage and do awful things to them. But apparently Elizabeth Warren would have our women, our military women, on the front lines fighting hand-to-hand combat. Sure, a woman can fly a jet, but what happens if she gets caught behind enemy lines? Sure, a woman can drive a tank, but what happens if she gets caught behind enemy lines? Sure, a woman can drive trucks and shoot a gun and do all that stuff. And nobody has a problem with that, but we don't want them getting caught behind enemy lines. That's a torturous existence that nobody wants for any of our soldiers. But apparently you do, Elizabeth. You do. Because you're so ready to throw Pete Hegseth under the bus in order to score your political points that you don't mind sending women to their deaths. Because what you're doing, if what you're saying was to catch on, then you're going to have somebody along the line go, we need a platoon or an outfit that's all nothing but women. And when that day comes, we are losing that battle. He's talking about hand-to-hand combat. He's not talking about pulling a trigger or pushing a button or driving a vehicle or flying a plane or doing any of that stuff. Pete Hegseth was talking about war fighting, hand-to-hand combat. And if there's a chance that any woman in our military would find herself behind enemy lines, I would pray that we would send a shit ton of men to go get her. Pathetic.